Hello everyone. Today we're going to be doing a premiere draft for Ikoria. I put off doing my sealed a little bit too long and the queue for that's gone now, unfortunately. But that's okay, draft is a great format. A lot of people consider draft to be the superior format to sealed because it's more skill intensive, but I think there's a place for both. But today we'll be doing a premiere draft. So again, this will be drafting with real players, but asynchronous games, so I won't be playing against the people I'm drafting with. As always, it's very quick to fill up a table for drafting. Arena Client's pretty great about that at the moment. Got a lot of quests to build red and green decks, so we'll see if we can build a red or green, but let's see. Alright, so Volpiquete's very strong in draft, Valiant Rescuer is pretty good, Shark Typhoon is just a crazy good card. Leaning towards that. There's not a lot of other great blue that will be passing, so blue might be a good open color. Flame Spill is extremely good. And we got a couple of good mutate options in green. I think I'm going to take Shark Typhoon. It's a good trick and limited. I think the enchantment side of it's probably a little lackluster because you don't always get a lot of non-creature spells to play. The majority of what you're playing in limited is creatures and the rest is usually cheapish removal, but it depends on your deck. I think I'm going to take Mystic Subdual here. I used to really like Dreamtail Heron, but I've kind of been leaning away from it recently. It's nice that it draws you a card, but it's a little expensive. Mystic Subdual is just good answer to mutate abilities. Alright, well, looks like white's pretty open. We've gotten a couple good picks from it. I'm not seeing a whole lot of blue passing down this way, so we might have to reconsider that color. Fair bit of red as well. I'm gonna grab the main serval. I do have a good feeling about white. Alright, well, Archipallegory is a crazy good card, so I think we'll take that as a clear indication that blue is a fine color to be in, and be happy. This looks a lot like our first pack. Got the Volpiquete, Dreamtail Heron. We'll take the Divine Arrow because it's just good removal. Blue-white could help our mana base. Blade Banish is alright. Anticipate's a good card. Keep Safe can also be reasonable at this point because we've got a lot of flash or instant speed stuff. Shark Typhoon's good at instant. Divine Arrow and Mystic Subdual are both good instant responses. Keep Safe can help keep our stuff from getting killed. I'll take one. It's not a lot in this pack that's really calling me. Blade Banish I used to consider top tier, but it's a little too iffy for me at the moment. Alright, well, I think this is fine to take Dreamtail Heron here. This Volpiquete seems okay to me. So we've got quite a few mutates now, so we want to make sure we keep up our non-human creatures, stuff like Glimmerbells. These main servals will be reasonable. I think I'll take this Anticipate. Oh, Stranger Traps. Real card. So we got Helica Glider and Garrison Cat. Both are fine mutate targets. I think I would like the Glider. It's just a little higher impact than the Cat. pick Startling Development for the cycling. I don't think we'll play it. I hope we won't play the Startling Development, but it's there if we want it. I'm going to take the main serval here, just on the off chance that we pick up those solid footings. We can make a kind of a hilarious deck with that. I don't think we'll play either of these. I don't think Turtle is good enough. Alright, well, Cup Warden is an easy pick for our style of deck. There's Pacifism here competing with it. Farfinder's okay, but I think Cup Warden is just very good. We'll be happy with that. Ooh, Trumpeting Gnar. I do like Trumpeting Gnar. I don't know if I like him enough to splash green for. We could always keep an eye out for lands that'll help support that. Oh, but I see there's an Archipallegory here, so we've got two times Archipallegory now. Is it too much? No. We'll just have to play a slower game. So Solid Footing is great with our main servals. We don't have anything else with Vigilance yet, but we might find that the White Mentor would be fine with it. It's an okay combat trick on its own, but is it better than Capture Seer? I can't think yes. Yeah, but sometimes you just win games because you have a 5/5 on turn 3. Sometimes you lose games because they kill it, and you're like, well, that was 2 cards that I just wasted. I think Capture Seer is the easier pick here. Those Solid Footings may just come back to us because it's not a card everyone can put in their deck. Alright, so we've got Keep Safe and Essence Scatter over here. Reconnaissance Mission is okay. I don't think the Adaptive Shimmer is what we're looking for. It's a fine mutate target, but I don't think it's what we want. Good with Dreamtail Heron. It is flashy, which can help us with Keep Safe. I don't think I'll be playing these two, so it's competing with Essence Scatter. I think Essence Scatter is still the play. Essence Scatter is pretty good. Convolute's okay. I don't really want Hampering Snare. Patagia Tiger is a good flyer, so that's probably what we'll go with. I don't want a lot of counter spells. Yeah, we'll take Convolute. I think that's fine in our 3-drop, just to have one more counter. This close to being able to play Whirlwind of Thought, we could splash red for it. Here's the Keensight Mentor. I think that's worth trying for. We'll see if we can pick up some solid footings on the wheel back. I don't think I want any of these. I don't want another Springjaw Trap, so I'm going to take this in case something convinces me to splash black. This would have been another good one with our red splash. We can still play it. I don't think I'm running anything else from here. Anticipate's okay. Versus Leosaur. We've got a couple cards that it might work with, so I'll consider it. Cat's the only thing that we have a chance of playing here. I don't think I want Shredded Sails even if we're in red. Checkpoint Officer is just fine. Use removal, and that Solid Footing came back. We may or may not play it. Depends on what we have room for. Death's Oasis Wield. I'm definitely not playing either of these. I'm going to take this one just to have a rare. If I'm playing red, there's a chance I might want a Frenzied Raptor or a 3-drop, so looking a little low. So I mentioned this a couple drafts ago. I noted that they had colors behind each of the players. I want to just clarify, I've seen since then that these are not the colors that people are in. If you look, it's white, blue, black, green, and red, or red and green. It's just the color wheel. Just decorative. Okay, so Vulpikeet's probably our pick here. This Lava Brink Venture is quite good. It can't be mutated, but it's a good limited card. We also have the option of one mind. I've got a 1 human, 2 human. Not a lot to work with there, but full potential. But I think I like Vulpikeet. A lot of triumphs going around. I think I'm going to take this Splendor Mare just to help push us towards that late game goal with Archipallegory. It's just a good body and helps flow out our 3-drops. That Divine Arrow is really calling me, though. Looks like the easy pick here is the Pacifism. Cheap, versatile removal. There was that land there that we could have taken, too, to help us splash red if we wanted. Alright. Boon, Essence Scatter, Sabermane, or Sabertooth. Sabertooth's quite fine in a deck like this, I think. I don't think I want the Essence Scatter. I've got one already, and this isn't... Well, could be good in a deck like this. Boon could also be quite good. Got a number of good cards. I'll take the Boon. We'll see if we can fit it in. Glimmerbell's solid here. Divine Arrow is probably our pick, though. I don't want to go too hard on the removal, but it could replace something like Keep Safe. A lot of T-Rare colored stuff going around. That Song of Creation followed just by a Genesis Ultimatum. Let's see. Facet Reader would be an okay pick if we were doing the human, non-human stuff. Of One Mind is pretty good with Facet Reader. I don't think I'm playing any of this, though. Don't think I'm wide enough to really want Coordinated Charge. Sergeant's an okay body. If we do end up splashing red, Fire Prophecy will be good in the deck. A lot of ultimatums. I think at this point another Checkpoint Officer would be redundant. Ambush, just in case. And Spontaneous Flight's also pretty good. Good combat trick. We do already have a good amount of flying. I'll take Spontaneous Flight. Terran, good mutate target, gives it hexproof or flying, whichever is more useful to you. I'm not going to play any of these. I don't think I want a second Keep Safe. I'm already considering cutting the first one. Don't think we'll play either of these even if we're in red. Essence Scatter, what, number 3? No, we didn't take the other. It's okay. Auto pick Mountain. Alrighty. So I think we've got enough good stuff that we don't need to worry about Regalius or don't need to stretch things with him. I think this solid footing is just fine with 2 main servals and a Keen Sight Mentor. I think that'll give us some good combat tricks. So we've got to cut 4 cards from this. It's a bit tricky. And I think I want to take out Spontaneous Flight. We're more of a control-y setup right now. Looks like we play some decent threats, try and keep them protected, or stall the board with Essence Scatter and Keep Safe rather than pushing aggressively. And then end up late game with our Archipallegory punching in for a lot. I don't think I actually need this Batavia Tiger, as good as it is. I like everything here. I'm going to take out one Divine Arrow and the Springjaw Trap. Trap might be good. How many creatures are we on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and a half with Shark Typhoon. That's an okay number. I don't think I want to cut another. I was thinking about taking out the Helica Glider. It's an okay card. Good flyer if you want to mutate onto it, but it's fine. I like how this looks. Yeah, let's give this a shot. Good, nice and simple. Neat job. Alright, classic. Alright, we'll keep it. I got Essence Scatter. What could go wrong? 6 turns from now, I'll be like, I would really like my first planes. Mountain's always a good sign. They've got so much great removal. You see a lot of Fire Prophecy and Flame Spill in draft. Decks that take them really get all that burn. Alright, he's gonna cycle his will. Guess he might also be looking for a land. Alright, we have successfully not drawn planes in our first 3 turns. It's fine, that's only fair. Alright, he didn't get his land. Do I want to cycle the Shark Typhoon? I actually think I do. Just for the chance of drawing a land. I'm gonna make an annoying 1/1 flyer. What kind of monster am I? I wonder if he's gonna Flame Prophecy it. Fire Prophecy just to dig for a land. Okay, so I can mutate the Cub Warden onto this, which will be amazing. So let's do that. Oh, we don't have the planes to do it. I'm glad it didn't just auto-cast it. Or am I? Let's, Let's swing. And then we'll play the Helica Glider, I think. And give it flying. And that way I'll have 2 different targets to mutate onto. That'll let me guarantee my Cub Warden can mutate. I mean, it might just get killed in response to mutate, but that's okay. That'll be a 1-for-1 removal. And if he waits until after I mutate, then I can, oh, that Scorpion's not great. But this does look like Fire Prophecy mana to me. Alright, I'm really bad at this game. That's okay. I'm gonna swing now, see what he burns, if he burns anything. And then I want to mutate... He did. I want to mutate this Vulpikeet to save myself some mana. That way I've got Essence Scatter and Mystics of Dual Mana up, depending on what he does. It's a little redundant with the Vulpikeet giving it flying, and it already has flying. But I get a better body this way. And save control mana. Alright, he taps out for Endothic Crystal. Oops. Oh man, are we already at the point where we can mutate our Archipallegory? That's pretty terrifying, so let's get aggressive. And we got Essence Scatter and Mystics of Dual Mana up still. Oh, Cloud Piercer. That's really good. If I do this right now, do I just win? I think so. So now I can mutate an Archipallegory over here, tap down his creature, and swing for a lot more than 10. I'm doing it over here instead of on the cupboard because it presents more damage. Alright, that went well. We drew the planes when we wanted them. Let me just double check. I think I do have double whites up here, or double blues up here, but the cupboard wants double white to mutate. I think I need more white than blue. Yeah. Ever so slightly change this around. Alrighty. See if we can just do that 6 more times. Unfortunately, because our opponent missed his land drop, he didn't really have much of a chance to get in that game. I don't know what he had in his hand, but it wasn't things that we're going to deal with. Flyers, I guess. He needed some blood curdle going on. I went with the opposite, because I changed up our mana base. We will also keep this, though. Again, we have some removal and early game interaction to go with. Playing against Lutri, so we can expect some double burn, some Fire Prophecy twice sort of thing. I guess I'm just going to play this Checkpoint Officer. It's fine. It means he's not doubling with Lutri. I'm sure he's got other stuff he wants to double it with, but that was going to happen regardless. Kind of wanted on that instead of the Vulpikeet. If his deck's mostly spells, then... Okay. I could Pacifism it, but that feels like an extreme waste, so I will just take some damage right now. I think we're going to try the Vulpikeet first, and then mutate onto with the cupboard. That'll give us the element of surprise for our lifelinker. And even if he does burn the Vulpikeet, we can hardcast the cupboard. He looks at his cards. Goodbye, Vulpikeet. Nope, not yet. Yeah, Fertilid's real good. Ramps up his land so he can do a double burn. Okay. That's pretty good. I don't think it's as good as a cupboard mutating onto the Vulpikeet, but we'll find out. No blocks. Alright, so he's just got a green, so this is a pretty safe mutate. I like it. We're gonna get some guys, get some life, get a big creature. And a counter. Alright. Next turn we'll probably capture through this Heron. It's a pretty good mutate body. Yeah, I mean he gets to draw cards every time he does this. But this is a pretty great tempo swing for us. He loses the Cloud Piercer. We get to swing in for 6. Maybe less, he does still have 2 mana. This might be the person from our draft that got all that Teamer colored good stuff. We discarded an island. Oh, okay. Well, we're in trouble then. Archipallegory is still really good, but that's unfortunate that we lost that. Alright, so we got 5 mana. I cannot play Capture Sphere and Main Serval. Yeah, let's just Pacifism it for the tempo. Let's just play the Main Serval out. And we'll gain some life. He's got a lot of land to play. That means he can blue tree pretty much whatever he wants to. Can't quite do a Genesis Ultimatum copied with blue tree yet, but he's working on it. He can still get an island from Cloudpiercer. Alright, so we see all his creatures now. So now might be a fine time to play Boon of the Wishgiver. Oh, I can't. I can only cycle it. That's unfortunate. I could Capture Sphere the Momentum Rumbler. I really want to draw these 4. I think we've got time. He doesn't have a great attack. So I'll end his turn. If he has a counterspell in hand, this could end very poorly for me, since I didn't do it while he was tapped out. Okay. He's gonna... Seems good. Get all the cards in his hand. It's a lot of creatures. That Frostlings is going to be a problem. Unless he plays it out soon. Alright, well that's a lot of stuff, including that Ghidorah. I think we've lost, guys. I don't think this is going to go our way. Oops, I should have Capture Sphere. Let's do it. Alright, so he's got First Strike, so I can do that to save some life. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so I can save this Capture Sphere for Ghidorah. Whatever he mutates Ghidorah onto. I'm gonna cycle this. I kind of need stuff immediately. Land. I'm gonna put it on the Rumbler. And I guess hope that we can Archipallegory our way to victory. So we put this on this, we'll have a flying attacker for now. That gives us life. Maybe we'll draw a Keep Safe off of this card. I would like that. Nope, that's a Plains. Alright, so our game plan here is he mutates onto Mothra over here and doesn't get anything really good and plays a Frostlings to tap down our Heron. And then I guess we Archipallegory onto... I mean, honestly, even if he taps down the Heron, we're Archipallegoring onto it. Taps down some of his creatures and draws us a card. Oh, he just hard casts. Okay. He goes for blood. Ah, man. I kind of needed that not to happen. That's why I wanted to keep safe. This game's hard when they have good removal. Okay, so I can play the Terran, give it hexproof. It's not going to do a lot for me. I can give it flying. which doesn't do a lot for me either. I can just attack right now with Archipallegory and get jump blocked, which is not going to do a lot for me. I don't think we've got good removal that'll deal with this Ghidorah. So we're gonna go with the a lot of mutate plan. Give this flying Archipallegory in. He is low, 2 hits will kill him. Promise Frostlings is really good against this Terran. But Vigilance or Hexproof doesn't really get me anywhere. I need the evasion to get past Ghidorah. Or get past all of his ground guys. That's fine. I'll take 6. You probably could get in for 3 more if you wanted. Yep. It's okay. Oh, I see. Double Archipelagory. Alright, well, that seems good. I'm gonna put this one on the main serval and attack. Essence Scatter? No. Alright, so I get to target... what doesn't? Actually just gonna get his Ghidorah. Lock that down. And you can block. You want to trade? I will trade. It'd be nice if I had another mana so the trade wasn't an option, but it's okay. Doesn't want his Firefinder. I get it. Okay, let's see what he does. Oh, he does play that Genesis Ultimatum. Oh, he's already got a lot of his stuff in his hand. Okay. That's all kind of irrelevant to what I have. We'll kill this Mentor. I'll take 5. Oh, I thought he was gonna maybe Flame Spills it now. Ram throughs. Okay. Alright, so I've got 7 mana, which is not enough to play both of these. If I swing with the Archipallegory, I take back a lot. Yeah, too much to... Too much to survive. Yeah, I think that just got him a few too many cards. Should have just blocked the Frostlings. I'm gonna concede. Could tap down a guy, block his Ghidorah, take... No. Nope. Just don't have enough mana. This hand is interesting. I like it, I think. Especially if I can find solid footing. opponent is thinking hard. Or AFK. Kind of hard to go AFK when you hit the challenge button. It's not like queues in this game are minutes long. Oh my goodness, he kept. Does he get a whole nother timer for his turn? This is exciting. Thrilling magic. I think it's more likely instead of him being AFK, he was just lagging out. Alright. Oh, he's got a garrison cat. Looks like a human deck. Seems suspicious to me. Well, could Divine Arrow it, I guess. Alright. You're not gonna like what I play next. Actually, I think I'm gonna go for the Quieter. That way I can have a better turn. Or mana efficiency is pretty important. Fighter can still block this cat. He still has to spend a combat trick if he wants to do something about it. He doesn't really care because it makes a token for him. Okay. Well, hopefully he's out of stuff. Got a main serval. And we will Mystic Subdual whatever it takes to save our life. I mean, I don't want to take more damage, so I'm going to Mystic Subdual it. And block. I don't know if I want to block. I will. Maybe he's got another working Deadeye, I wouldn't appreciate that. Alright, he survived. I think this is fine to mutate. I seem to have stabilized a bit. He still probably has like Dire Tactics or something, but this will give me a card and let me start attacking as well as blocking. We're gonna cycle that boon. Pretty sure. Oh, maybe not. He didn't get killed, so he doesn't have Blood Curdle or Dire Tactics, I guess. He's just making soldier tokens. Alrighty. I think I just want to play these out sideways rather than... Alright, well that's a little transparent. He obviously has a +2 combat trick here, so unlikely aid, I think. The question is, do I make him spend it? I don't think so. I'm gonna take some damage. Alright, I like to steal some land. Okay, well if he doesn't have removal, I can just Archipallegory and be really greedy and just tap down both those guys and attack. It's not lifelinky, so that's kind of scary. And he definitely could still have removal. I think the Vulpike's still the best bet to block the Lurking Deadeye. Although we know it won't work. Since I know that he has Unlikely Aid in his hands, or I think I know, we'll find out. I'm gonna go for the thing that prevents him from actually attacking with these guys. Oh, that's nice. Not great, but I can work with it. Okay. Alright. I'm okay with that. I was worried it was going to be a Blitz Leech. That would have been a little too big for me to deal with. Okay, so he either has something that adds Death Touch or doesn't really care about these 1/1s. How important is this damage? 3 puts me down to 8. I'm just going to mutate and tap down 3 of his guys. Am I going to mutate? It seems good. I don't think I want to risk him having Death Touch with that Void Beckoner. Alright, this is dumb, but he hasn't answered Archipallegory yet, so we're just gonna all in on this. Tap down. He's got 7 mana, so he cannot Blood Curdle this right now. Blitz Leech. Alright, so I can counter that. I don't think I care. If he has removal in his hand, then I lose. If he doesn't have removal, he could Coordinated Strike, and that would be lethal, but I could counter it. I'm just trying to think of what combat tricks he could have that would pump this up to lethal. I'm gonna let it resolve. Oh, remove all counters. Okay. I think that's still fine. It has flying for the Vulpike. Maybe he was trying to trade there. Okay. So whatever he has to be a pump spell, he needs to be cheap. I mean, if it's the Death Touch, then it's the Death Touch. Yeah. I'm not gonna throw it. Let's see what he has. Oh, if it's Unlikely Aid, then I lose. Alright. I just threw the game. Good times. Alrighty. We lost. I don't think there's something I have here that could do anything. I should have countered. Should have just countered the Blitz Leech. Oh well. Let's see if we can win a few more. It's hard for me to figure out which cards I should play around and which ones I should ignore. But Convolute, not a great card. It sometimes does what you want, but in the end of the game, can't counter what it needs to. Seems good. I'll keep it. Alright, got all the mutates. I guess damage-based removal, so... Okay. Well... Let's attack. Okay. Play Slendermare. Kind of expect the Slendermare just to get prophesied. This could just be Divine Arrow. Yeah, well, let's just see what he's got. Okay, well, the Slendermare's stuck. Wasn't expecting that. We'll go ahead and play the Helicovider with flying. I want to Volpkite onto the Slendermare, of course, because that gives me an evasive lifelinker that's pretty big, but I don't trust him not to have removal. Yeah, so let's still sit back and see what happens. Interesting. Maybe working Deadeye. It's playing pretty slow. I think I'm just gonna make a Shark Typhoon, cycle it for creature. I'm gonna play the Volpkite just as a creature. Make a diverse spread of threats that he can't answer with one-on-one removal. This really looks like working Deadeye. Kills my Slendermare, but I got a bunch of life off of it, so my evasive guys are gonna do some good work for me. And if I get a land, I can just Archipallegory onto the main serval and attack. This gives me an opportunity to trade. I don't think I want to take it though. I'm fine taking damage. Let's attack real hard. Oh, and the concede. Alright. Archipallegory is an insane card. Silver tier. Alright. I'm angry at myself that I threw that game to the Blitz Leech. I always do that when I have a counter spell in my hand. Think I don't need to counter something that I obviously could counter. And there are definite times where you need to be conservative. Alright, this is... I love Archipallegory, but I don't love no early game. We're gonna mulligan that. gonna toss back the keep safe, because I kinda need cards, so do that. I always try and hold back counterspells for things I think I need to save it for, and let them resolve whatever they want, and it's always a mistake. Alright. Our main serval is there to protect us from his Aegis turtle. It gives us a curve. And what's this attack? For 3. I just don't think it's right. No. I think with this hand I want another body. Instead of stacking everything. Like, if I go on curve, I can play this as a 3-mana spell and this is a 4-mana spell, but I just have a main serval and he plays Capture Sphere. Like, it's really bad. I want him to be able to ramp. That's okay. Oops. Let's just play a Volbeat. Okay, so he's sitting on 4 mana. Could just be Capture Sphere. Or Convolute or something. Or double Fertile it into a 7-drop next turn. Be pretty cool. I'm just going to continue playing creatures out that aren't stacked on top of each other. I like card draw, but I want a multitude of threats. Nice. Trumpeting Gnar. Okay. Yeah, I'll just take damage. I can live with that. That Trumpeting Gnar is gonna get Mystic Subdual or Capture Sphere. I'm gonna wait for him to mutate onto it. That seems like a good plan. Alright. So he mutates onto the Trumpeting Gnar, Mystic Subdual it, and hopefully get away with everything. I'm willing to take 5 more damage to tempt him into something. Well, he didn't go for it. I think he's got some sort of counterspell stuff going on, so I'm gonna try and Capture Sphere this. He can counter it if he wants to. Okay. Okay. So we're just looking pretty good in the air. Let's hope he doesn't respond with his own Capture Sphere. I'm gonna hold that island back in my hand because I don't need to play it right now. Well, he did not tap down my stuff, so I'm worried about what he's got in his hand with all that. Yeah. Seems reasonable. Okay, so he gives his turtle flying. I think we're just going to use Mystic Subdual to knock that flying off. Oh, nope, we're going to use Mystic Subdual to knock that Skycat down. Hopefully he doesn't have keep safe. I think we would just lose at that point. Okay, looking good. Alright, so we've got Cub Warden. I can put it onto the Volbeat. to increase my threats and make some lifelinkers. It'll become a 4/6, which is still not going to be enough to overcome the Aegis Turtle. But I think that is still good enough. Let's see if he's got Essence Scatter. No. Alright, so I'm gaining a bunch of life now. Should buy us some good time, but that Aegis Turtle is going to grow every turn from his Wingspan Mentor. But fortunately, it's got a lot of turns before it can actually kill Dreamtail Heron or Cubwarden. And I should be able to kill him before then if he doesn't get more flying stuff. If he does get more flying stuff, then we're probably out of luck. Okay, we got a Greater Sandworm. I'm okay with that. I don't think that presents a big enough threat right now. Well, let's just go. I do have Divine Arrow, so I can kill his Aegis Turtle right now. And that'll leave both my flyers as viable threats, so even if he kills one, I'll get the other in. I think this is okay. This puts me on lethal from 2 different creatures, so even if he answers one, I've got another. That arrow wasn't going to do a lot to anything anyways. At best, I triple block the worm and arrow it. That doesn't seem great. Alright, we managed to sneak through for that last bit of damage. Let's push for one more. I think we can win another. After I threw a game earlier, I think we can get up here, get 4 wins. This seems okay. I don't think it's great, but it seems okay. Pacifism and Essence Scatter are awkward together early on, because I gotta Essence Scatter the first thing, basically. If he gets down a threat now, then pacifisming it just means that you can resolve a threat later. But he didn't, so we'll just Essence Scatter the first thing he plays to keep our tempo up and not fall behind on board. Alright, that looks like trouble anyways. Let's get rid of it. Good old 3/3 for 3 is pretty solid. This Mentor is kind of worthless on its own. I will play it if I absolutely need a blocker. But it can't mutate into anything, so it's just a 1/4. Alright, so he's got a Sabertooth. 1/4 is pretty good against that until it just gets a combat trick and dies. Let's see. Time to run the Cubwarden out? Yeah, this seems. See if it runs into specific removal. I'm curious why he tapped his mana specifically like that. Like he saved a green for himself. Maybe he just doesn't have auto-tapping lands on. Okay, so he's going to mutate it into a 3/3 Death Touch. Okay, and doesn't attack because he wants a blocker. Well, I have bad news for him. We're going to just go ahead and mutate this. Yeah. It's unfortunate that this is probably going to die to a Blood Curdle, but I got my card out of it, I got my tokens out of it. I think going 1-for-1 with his card is still okay. And if he spends his time removing, that buys us... Oh, doesn't do great for us. Alright, that Hammerphage is... We're not gonna kill it like that. Subdual might be a good target for it. It's gonna lose everything, including its Death Touch, or I could Pacifism. Or I could go to Keensight Mentor right now. I think Pacifism and Subdual or Capture Sphere is the right play. Pacify this, subdual that. Just sit on subdual. I don't know. I've got too many options. Let's just pacifism. Let's make it simple. Swing, flying, lifelink, and we'll keep up Mystic Subdual. Maybe he'll attack and try and get some sort of combat trick, and I'll be able to Mystic Subdual it. Yeah, that seems bad. Like, if you were to swing here, I could double block, and then he pumps something. That's a little rude. Why would you do that? Okay. Oh, I think that's a good reason to Keen Sight Mentor it. He'll have to throw more cards at it in order to kill it. Interesting. Resolve. I was gonna Mystic Subdual him anyways, probably. It's pretty good. Oh, that was why he saved his green. I'll have to remember that. Sudden Spinneret's a good combat trick. Oh, he has his own. It's pretty good. He has nothing. I lose nothing by blocking, right? I can just kill it, it'll put it in the graveyard from the Necropanther back. He is playing, maybe he's got that. Yeah, let's not. It's just one. Or let's just gain a life. It's counterproductive. I don't trust you, sir. Okay, so we can capture Spirit. Or Shark Typhoon first. Let's go for the big, great stuff. Shark Typhoon! That way when we capture Sphere, we get a 4/4 flyer. How greedy. Now he's got enough mana to actually kill the Cup Warden. I don't think I care about either of these. Just make a 6/6. Seems good. Man, I've got a lot of good cards to sit on now. Okay. It's as good of a time as any. This lets me get my Cup Warden counter right away. Not really in danger of dying, so I've got time to get all the full value here. Cycle for trampling. Okay. Ooh. Alright, we're just gonna capture Sphere's Cup Warden and then keep safe mana up. A Gloom Pangolin. That's an interesting play. I guess he's decent as a mutate target. Good game. Sweet. That Shark Typhoon was real good. Remember what I said at the beginning? How I didn't think it was good and limited because people didn't play non-creature spells? Well, I lied to you. I put all the non-creature spells in the deck and they were really good. And Shark Typhoon's a really good card. I probably could have played the Archipallegory earlier too, and just swung for like 8 lifelink in the air, but it's okay. I was saving that for emergencies. This I'm pretty uncomfortable with. I go first. Keep it. I should cycle the Shark Typhoon. If I don't get a land. I didn't. I got a pacifism though, and that's good. Maybe I cycle the Splendor Mare. I'm just gonna cycle the Splendor Mare. It's a good 3-drop, so I kind of just wanted to keep it. But I really like Shark Typhoon, so I'm gonna keep that. That might change if he plays a creature, though. If he plays something I need to deal with. Oh man, Drana Singer is pretty good. Splendor Mare is lifelink is good against them. So I'm actually going to cycle the Shark Typhoon. I don't think I have time to doink around and try and get mana for it. Oh, Mystics of Duel. Seems reasonable. The question is, do I just slap that on right now? I think so. No reason to give him a chance to cycle stuff for value. That buys us some good time. Splendor Mare probably dies to a Flame Spill or Fire Prophecy. So I guess I can play the Keen Sight Mentor. Or nothing. I can just hope for another land. I really don't want to lose the Splendor Mare, because that lifelink is probably crucial against a deck that's running Drana Stinger. I'm going to play this. Bit wasteful, but if he has Flame Spill, he might need to just play that out in order to get over it. 1/4 is still pretty tall. Ow. I'm dumb, I should have just played Convolute. Definitely should have just Convoluted. That's okay. I am going to sit on Convolute now, since he'll probably try and burn Keensight Mentor, like swing with the Ceratops, burn Keensight Mentor, and then I can keep safe it. There's a lot of good removal. I think that's fine. Oh, the good blue or red or blue 1-mana spell, Heightened Reflexes. Oh, that would destroy me. He didn't do it though, so that's good news for me. Divine Arrow. Okay. Still think it's probably just pacifism time. That Ceratops is just gonna keep growing. Oh, he had 2 mana access. Yeah. definitely would have been dangerous to block. But I guess we know that he doesn't have any 2-mana spells, or else he would have attacked. At least none that he was willing to cast at the moment, I guess. So, this is enough for mana for him to just go for a Lava Cycler. Oh yeah, you can still block. Ooh. Dangerous. Alright, well, I don't think there's anything we can do about Riel. Not now that I've already used Mystic Duel. We don't have any direct removal, so she's just going to keep generating a cycling card draw. Oh, I drew a land, so that helps. Best I can do is the Vulpikeet, hope to draw a land next turn and land a Splendor Mare with keep safe mana open. I don't think there's a way to come back from Riel drawing an extra card from every turn though. He's just gonna go through his entire deck. Ugh. This is what keep safe is for. Alright. So I'm guessing he's just gonna cycle something. Force him to do it. Or not. It was a bluff. I can live with that. Main Serval. Still waiting on Splendor Mare. I really want to stick the keep safe, because with a hand like that he's going to have more removal, especially if he goes for another Channeled Force. We missed our opportunity with the first one. Is he like, oh, should I Essence Scatter it? You can Essence Scatter it. I don't care. I mean, I do, because then Riel can just swing it, but... Okay. Probably should have just sat on Divine Arrow, actually. Maybe Jeskai Ultimatums. I would have loved to hit a Jeskai Ultimatum with Keep Safe. Counted as a moral victory. Channeled Force instead that is. It'd be hilarious if he dumps his whole hand and then does a Raging Claws for like 10 double strike. Alright, I take 4. Could be worse. Ugh, that's good. Not insanely good against us, because our 1/4s are pretty good at dealing with this, but it's pretty good. gonna go for the Divine Arrow on Riel. Hope that lands. Yeah, all the cycling. It's down to 15 cards. That means he's drawn a... Yeah, he's drawn a lot of cards in the last few turns. I think killing Riel is a little too late. Alright, let's see if it gets countered. Yay! Sounds good. Really love for him to spend some removal on our characters so we can keep safe and get that card draw, but he doesn't. Alright, so now we do have Splendermare. And I also have the option to just bump my main Serval +1/+1 every turn, which is good. But I think I can tempt out his removal with this, if it just doesn't get Essence Scattered. Get wrecked. No. My Splendermare lives on. Until next turn. He's like, okay, here's Capture Sphere number 2. Here's my Jeskai ultimatum. Another Prickly Marmoset. Seems scary. So those Marmosets can definitely attack. Alright, so I've got some counter spells. I really want to play this Dreamtail Heron as well. I'm going to wait. Yeah, we cycled that Shark Typhoon. I was going to say, we could use a Shark Typhoon right about now. So it's unlikely we can Convolute unless we get it like this turn, because he'll have to cast multiple spells in order for him to get that low on mana. Yeah, I think he just gets 4 damage in. Next turn I really need to Dreamtail Heron and attack with the Splendermare. Yeah. Oh, I thought this was once a turn. I thought it was the first time each turn. Alright, we're done. Alright, good times. Yeah, we weren't winning after he stuck that Riel and got to discard all his cards. That was too much consistency for us. Oh man. It's beating. Alright, well, 4 wins is alright. Probably could have done better if I didn't throw that game early on, but I'm okay with that, how that deck performed. I'll have another draft up later this week, and then we'll do my Offspring's Revenge deck for Friday. The deck's okay. It started out pretty strong, but I think it is not good against a lot of the current matchups, so I'll see if I can tweak it for us for Friday. We'll see you then.